What's going on, everyone? This is Iris bringing you a little Call of Duty Black Ops 3 beta gameplay in the background. This is on the map Combine. Not too great of a match, but I'm running out of my Black Ops 3 beta gameplay that I had saved, considering, it was only a couple of days. I could only save so much. So, more importantly, what I'm going to be telling you guys is I saw an article come out, and the link will be in the description, regarding changes made to the Black Ops 3 on the launch on November 6th, based on the feedback and what they found out, what the developers found out during the beta. So I'm going to get right into it. Some of them, you may find very dear to your heart, and some of them, I know there's a couple that really won't affect me. But let's get into the first one. So, looks like some players were dissatisfied with the Black Hat equipment, that it was too powerful, it was a little OP. So they're basically saying they agree. And what they're going to do is, the hacking mechanic, the speed on which you can hack something is going to be based on how close you are to the target. And it's going to require a more precise aim. And depending on the score streak, that length of time will vary. So it looks like they did something there to kind of balance that out. So I don't think that'll be, too much of an issue. But we'll see. We'll see what that time's going to be. It looks like also that the hackers, whoever's using the Black Hat, is going to appear as a red dot on the mini-map for the duration of the hack. So, you'll be able to see them on the map. It's going to take a little bit longer for them to hack the streak. So we'll see how that play out. At least they did make a change to that. And considering that they did make a change, we'll see how it plays upon launch. And I guess they could tweak it here and there, after that. But at least they did change that in some way. The next one that they mention is Rejack. So, and they say here specifically, Rejack sparked its fair share of controversy during the beta for a number of reasons, and they say most were valid. So they're agreeing that it was a little bit OP. Now, the changes that they did, I agree with half, and I don't agree with the other half. And let me know how you guys feel. But it looks like what they did now, when you put a player into Rejack, it's going to count as a kill for you now, whereas before in the beta it did not. So you'll be able to get that kill when you put someone in Rejack. However, Rejack will reset score streak progress, so it cannot be continuously used throughout the match to pad progress during high-level score streaks. So, it kind of, it keeps you alive, but it takes your streaks away. So it doesn't look like that side of the debate got anything out of it. I think what they could have done to maybe balance this a little bit more would have been to, when you go into Rejack, there was two ways to look at it. I know Mr. Soldier mentioned it, and he had a good idea where if you're put in a Rejack, when you come out, you stay alive, you keep your streaks, you lose your ammo. Well, how about when you go into Rejack and you come out, how about you keep your ammo, but whatever score streak you were up to, you go one back. So, let's say you like one kill away, you go back to the next one, so you have to fight to get back. So I think that might be something that would balance that a little bit more. I think totally losing your score streak, really doesn't do much for it. I mean, you come back to life, you lose your streaks, but the other person gets a kill. That's pretty much what they did with that. Next one on the list are the flinch mechanics. So what they did here was, and if you guys played the beta, you know that when you got shot, there was, quite a bit of flinch because so-called toughness was put in the game. So it looks like what they did was they improved their code so that your bullet flinch has a cap on how much it'll flinch. So it looks like while you're still going to be able to flinch when you're shot, it'll be within a tighter, how much it does flinch up and down. So we'll see how that plays. Also, they made a change when you actually get the kill on the screen. The feedback you get on the HUD, they put a new red kill marker, and the marker will grow in size with each subsequent hit, turning red upon dealing the lethal blow. So this way, I guess if you're looking to get kills at a distance, you'll be able to tell if you got them or not. So that's pretty cool. I didn't really notice that. I didn't have too much of a problem with that. But that's cool. I guess that was something I noticed, and they made the change. That's good. Also, it looks like any down, this is mentioning about grenades. Any downward or backward player movement could make the grenade toss distances feel awkwardly short. And I did notice that. I noticed the grenades, the distance wasn't too good. But it looks like what they've done is they've adjusted it so that the player velocity never negatively impacts the trajectory. And they've also tweaked the grenade speed and distances, so that's good. Next one is the concussions and flashbangs. So what they did here was in order for them to stay as a viable piece of equipment. Now they mentioned that for these, but they didn't mention it for Rejack, which is a viable specialist. But you got my thoughts on that. So what they've done with the concussion grenade is they've reduced the stun time by 1 second, and they're gonna let you unlock the tactical mass perk earlier in the progression at level 13. So there's your balance. They're a pain in the ass. You don't like getting concussed or flashed, throw that on there. It looks like there was a popular request here to they've added a time in hill stat for hard points, so that's pretty cool. You get to there'll be a leaderboard and a stat for how long you stay in the hard point. Something about safeguard. Players didn't feel they were sufficiently rewarded for escorting a robot. They receive plus 25 score now for every 3 seconds. I never really played escort, but maybe I'll check it out once it comes out. And it looks like in the kill cam and the final kill cam, you're now going to be able to see what killed you, what weapon, what score streak, what specialist, what equipment, and what perks the player had equipped. So that's pretty cool. That was like that, what was that? That was that copycat perk. Remember that? You get to see everything that they were using. So that's pretty cool. That'll just be built in now. And as far as weapon balancing, they made some tweaks to the Razorback and the M8A7. So there you go, guys. Video's coming to an end there in the background. The link to this is in the description. Please let me know in the comments how you guys feel, if you agree with some of this, if you think that they made proper changes or not. I feel positive about it, that they took feedback and they made changes, which is great because once the game comes out, all the subsequent patches, looks like they're listening to it, and you guys know Treyarch and Vaughn, they'll make changes as it goes along to make the game better. So thanks a lot for listening, everyone. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.